If you've been running Facebook ads to your e-com store, but can't seem to figure out how to scale past that first profitable campaign, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to structure, test, and scale your ads the right way so you can grow consistently without burning through your ad spend. Hey everyone, it's Axel here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to scale a Facebook ad account specifically for e-com. So before you even start scaling, it's absolutely crucial that you have the right campaign structure in place. So in the first part of this video, I'm going to quickly show you a campaign structure that allows you to test new ads correctly. And once that's in place, I'm going to show you how to scale from there. So I'm in a blank account right here, and the first thing I want to do is click on create a new campaign. So we're going for e-com sales here. So the primary goal of a campaign like this is sales. And the next thing I'm going to do is click on continue. I'm then going to name my campaign as CBO prospecting, for example. And from there, I'm going to turn off the Advantage Plus catalog ads because I'm not going to run any catalog in this campaign build specifically. Then it asks for the budget. Now this part is super important. It asks if you want to go under a CBO or an ABO. 100% of the time nowadays, you should be clicking on CBO. That is because for this specific build, we're going to be launching different ad sets where each ad set represents a concept of ads that we're trying out. And it's super important that you're under a CBO because it allows Facebook to spend more on ads that are proven to work quite well, and it minimizes the amount of spend on ads that don't work. If you're on an ABO, what often happens is that you're forcing money into ads that don't necessarily work, and then you cap the spend on ads that can potentially work quite well at a much higher spend. So nowadays, I always suggest you go under a CBO. It just allows your campaign to perform a lot better. Next is going to be the daily budget. So I like to set this as my break-even CPA, preferably twice that. So let's say I have an AOV of $100 and my product costs $25. That means that my target CPA or my break-even CPA should be $75 because if I spend $75 on ads and my product costs $25, then that adds up to 100, which is equal to my AOV, and that means that I break even. So in a case where my CPA would be $75, I would want to probably start this campaign at $150 a day to start. Next for my bid strategy is going to be highest volume, and then I'm going to scroll down to my audience segment reporting. So for this account specifically, I don't have this set up, but make sure you do. In your engaged audience, this should be defined as anyone who's been to your website, as well as anyone who is engaged with your business in any sort of way. So people who have added to the cart, initiated a checkout, or even engaged with an Instagram account, for example. Your existing customer base should be defined as your existing customers. So that's essentially people who purchased in the past 180 days, as well as your Klaviyo CRM past purchasers data. If you can import that into your Facebook ads account, I highly recommend you have both, but make sure that you have this defined. Next is going to be my ad set build. So the way I'm going to build this is I'm going to have multiple different ad sets where each ad set represents a new type or new concept of ad that I'm trying out. So for this first one right here, I'm going to call this concept 1. So my conversion location is going to be a website. I'm maximizing the number of conversions, and I'm taking it from this data set specifically. And the conversion event I'm going for is a purchase. For e-com, make sure as a rule of thumb, just never run ads to any conversion event except for the purchase one. That's always the main goal. So that's what you want the campaign to actually optimize for. Next, I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to mess with this part. And in my audience section, the first thing I want to do is correctly select the location I'm targeting. So for most of you, this is going to be the US. So that's what I'm going to select right here. So I'm going to type in United States and select that. I'm not going to go for Canada in this build. So I'm going to remove that. That way we're targeting just the US. And then I'm going to scroll down. Before you move on, what you want to do is click on more controls. And this part is super important. Where it says exclude these custom audiences, make sure you exclude all of your retargeting audiences and your entire existing customer base. That way you are targeting only a new customer base. And this is super important because in order to scale, you need to profitably be able to acquire a new customer. If you are able to get a new customer with a positive ROAS that is above your break even, then that puts you in a very strong position to scale. You don't want these numbers to be inflated by retargeting and retention audiences, which tend to convert super easily or would have sometimes otherwise converted without an ad even in the first place. So it's really important that we're targeting new customers only and get a baseline number for that, and that we correctly know which ads are performing well on a new customer acquisition base point. Next, I'm going to scroll down. In terms of further limiting the reach of my ads, I'm not going to click this. I'm not going to mess around with interest. I just want to keep this 100% on broad. It tends to work a lot better nowadays as well. As for placements, I'm not going to touch this either, and I'm just going to select all placements. Next is my ads. So for every ad set, I'm going to have a concept of ads, and within that ad set, I want to try about, let's say, 5 or 6 different ads, let's say 3 different statics and 2 different videos. So I'm going to start by naming this first one static 1. Next, for the identity, I'm going to make sure that's correctly correctly set. For my ad setup, I want to make sure it's a single image or video. My multi-advertiser ads are turned off. And you want to make sure that your final URL is the landing page that you're bringing traffic to. This is usually your PDP, your homepage, or a collection page. So make sure you set that up too, and switch off the optimized website destination as well. Your display link should also be the website name. So make sure you input that there as well. And for this video, I'm not going to upload a bunch of ads. I'm just showing you the structure here. So I'm going to skip through all of this, and then I'm going to click publish, and then I'm going to click X here. So now what I have is I have one campaign with one ad set and one ad. What I want to do is I want to take my ad now and I want to duplicate it by clicking this button here, and I want to duplicate it 4 times. That way I have 5 different ads. So I have my static number 1 ad up here. Then this one would be my second static ad, followed by my third one. And then I might want to try, let's say, 2 different videos. So I would name them as video 1 right here and video number 2 right here, and then click on publish. So what I have now is one campaign with one ad set and 5 different ads. Now let's say I'm launching 15 different ads at once, but that they're under 3 different concepts of ads. I would then go back to my initial ad set. I would duplicate this, duplicate it just once, and I would call my new ad set right here concept number 2, where this would be now my static ad, let's say number 4. This one would be my number 5. This one would be my number 6. This one would be my video 3, and this one would be my video 4. And what I would want to do is reduplicate this another time by clicking duplicate here, duplicate just once. I would then rename this to concept 3. Then I would have my video 5, my video 6, and then my static ad 7, 8, and 9, and then click on publish. What I'm left here with now is I have a CBO campaign, which is testing 3 different ad concepts, and within each concept, I'm testing 5 different ads. So that's it for the initial structure you need. A structure like this under a CBO will work a lot better than ABO because let's say concept 1 works a lot better than concept 2, then under a CBO, Facebook will naturally start pushing more spend towards concept 1 and less spend towards concept 2, bringing the overall ROAS on the account up. If you were to be on an ABO where every ad set is spending the exact same amount, then all you're doing at that point is you're forcing ad spend into ads that don't work as well, and you're limiting how much your winning ads can actually spend. So now you have the basic structure you need in order to scale. What I'm going to show you how to do next is how to scale by launching new ads, and then how to scale by spending more on your current winning ads. But before we do this, if you like this video so far, feel free to give me a like and a subscribe below. That way you're updated on all my newest videos to come. Now let's say I wanted to scale incrementally every single time I launched a new ad set. Here's what I would do. Let's say that I have a 4th concept of ads to launch and that my CPA currently is at around $50. What I would do is I would essentially duplicate my concept 3 just once. Then I would scroll down here and I would call this concept number 4, upload all of my new ads. So I would essentially have my video number 7, video number 8, as well as my static 10, 11, and 12. So I would have essentially 5 new ads. What I would then do is I would actually go under the ad set settings and set a minimum ad spend limit on this ad set. So what I would do here is go under ad set spending limits, click here, and I'm going to set a minimum ad spend limit of my CPA. So let's say my CPA is currently at $50. What I want to do is I want to change this to a dollar value and set a minimum of $50. I am doing this because if I don't do this, what often happens is under a CBO, your winning ads tend to take up all of the spend. And if you incorporate new ads into your ad account, Facebook will often not let those ads spend because other well-performing ads have already proven themselves. And so the CBO actually has a hard time trying out new ads. So what you want to do a lot of the time is when you launch new ads, you want to set a minimum spend in place on that ad set. That way the new ads actually get a little bit of spend allocated to them. That way you're just testing new ads more rigorously. From there, what I would do, I would leave this minimum for about a week and then remove it. If the ads work quite well, the CBO will naturally start to spend more and more and more on these ads, and then from there you'll be good to go. If the ads do not work well, Facebook will naturally stop spending on these ads as soon as you remove the minimum. The other thing I would do is I would then go into my CBO campaign and I would actually change my budget. So I'd click on edit right here, and then I would then raise my budget by $50. So I would be doing this because I'm number 1, launching new ads. So I'm consistently testing new ads in my ad account. I'm then forcing a minimum ad spend of my CPA into those new ads, hoping that that's enough to get at least 1 purchase a day off that new ad set. And then I'm also raising my budget. So when I raise my budget by $50 and implementing a minimum like this, what that essentially means is my previous ad sets that were already there continue to spend at the same amount and therefore remain somewhat unchanged. And all of the new spend that you're raising the budget by is being spent on your new ads. And this leaves you with two scenarios that can happen after a week. Number one is the new ads don't work. If they don't work, shut them off and bring the budget back down to the original level. If they do work, remove the minimum, let the CBO run freely again, and don't change the budget, because at that point, you just raised your budget with a similar ROAS at a higher spend amount, which is an improvement and a scale on its own. And so what you want to be doing is every single time you launch new ads is you essentially set these minimums in place, raise your CBO budget, and it'll allow you to incrementally raise your budget, scale your ads, and test new creatives all at the same time. So in order to scale as well, it also makes sense to not just incrementally test new ads and roll out new creatives, but it also makes sense sometimes to spend more money on your current winners. So let's say I ran this campaign for about a month and I looked into my ad performance and I saw that static 1, static 7, and video 7 perform well. What I would want to do in a scenario like this is spend even more money on those ads. And one way to do that is to build out a second campaign, which would have only one ad set with only my winning ads. So what I would do to start is I would create a campaign with just one ad set, and then I would essentially take these 3 ads and duplicate them into that new campaign. And every time I find more winning ads, I incorporate them into that campaign as well. And what I would do with this scaling campaign as well is 2 different things. Number one is every time I find more winners, I would increase the budget. So let's say I have 3 ads and it's spending $100 a day efficiently. Let's say I find 3 more winning ads and I have 6, I would probably try to double this budget straight away because it can probably handle it at that point. The other thing I would be doing as well is testing the ceiling of how much I can actually spend while keeping the ROAS efficient. Let's say I started that winning ad campaign with $100 with these 3 ads. What I would do is if it performs efficiently after 1 week, I would try to raise the budget from $100 to $150. And if the ROAS remains consistent, I would bump it another 50 and another 50 and another 50. And I'd keep raising the budget on those specific ads until I start to see diminishing returns. And once I hit that point, I know I have to stop raising my budget until I find new ads to put into that winning ad campaign. So that's the overall strategy. That way you have 2 campaigns, one that allows you to test new creatives and incrementally scale as you go, and one campaign that is dedicated to just your winning ads only, that you scale more aggressively and scale more the more winning ads you find. If you have any questions about anything I spoke about in this video, feel free to drop that in the comments below. And if you're interested in having someone to manage your Facebook ads for you, feel free to use the link to book a call with me below. That way we can have a chat. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one.